But a certain underdeveloped, emotionally inept, orange pile of excrement once tweeted, "I hate Taylor Swift." And now they're going to be at the same football game together today. So I hope Taylor gets the biggest round of applause and he gets booed.
Oh, look at the eyes. Oh, look at her. Oh, goodness. That moment you realize the country hates you. Oh my gosh, you have to love this meme.
How dare you boo Taylor Swift? How dare all of you? Shame on you. Okay?
I'm going to take a not so wild guess here and assume that those of you that the halftime show just went completely over your heads, that you are also the same ones that booed Taylor Swift when she was shown on the big screen. Because if you cannot comprehend that a woman is going there to support her significant other and that she's not being asked to be shown, then you clearly missed all the symbolism happening, and don't understand that it's us, the people, that is being divided and being just pawns in the government's game.
Taylor Swift gets booed and Donald Trump gets cheered at the Super Bowl. Crowd erupts as Trump takes over the Jumbotron during the national anthem.
Doing Taylor Swift is so weird. Like, that's such a weird thing to do collectively. Like, you give so much power to her. Like, she controls your emotions. You can't even see her on a screen without booing or commenting on her. You don't like her so much that when you're at the Super Bowl after paying $10,000 for a seat, plus, you're focused on her. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. You could not pay me to care. You could not pay me to not like somebody or to love somebody that much that I don't know. Like, you don't even know her. And she's controlling you. Meanwhile, you're paying $10,000 to watch a guy throw a football. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I'm concerned. Everyone, call your parents. Maybe don't. Maybe call your therapist.
Okay, so let me get this straight. When you buy all of her merchandise and worship at her feet and spend all your money going to see her and you cheer her when you see her, that's not being controlled, right? You're only being controlled if you dislike her. Got it.
I don't usually make political content, but I cannot ignore this. Yesterday was the Super Bowl in the US, and the President of the United States took the time to post twice about Taylor Swift getting booed at the Super Bowl. Not once, twice. Now, if you think I'm exaggerating, here is what he actually posted in one of his two posts. The only one who had a tougher night than the Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. Now, this is not just some random fan or critic arguing online. This is actually the President of the United States of America using his official platform to mock a private citizen over crowd noise at a football game. Now, whatever your opinion of Taylor Swift is, let's pause for 1 second. The leader of the most powerful country in the world, someone who's responsible for national security, for the economy, for global diplomacy, decided that this was worth his time. That publicly trolling a woman and the biggest music artist on the planet was somehow presidential behavior. Now, this isn't leadership. This is pettiness. And honestly, it's scary to think that he thinks this is a good use of his time and a good use of his social media platform. And this isn't about politics. This is about priorities. If the President of the United States is spending his time trolling pop stars online, I think we should all be asking ourselves, what does this say about his leadership? And I think we all know the answer to that.
And the answer is he can boost the economy and his social media engagement at the same time.
I really need someone to like explain it to me like I'm 5. Why is it that when they showed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, why did she get booed? What does Taylor Swift do to people that makes them boo her or hate her so much? For the life of me, I do not understand.
What's going on? I can tell you what's going on, Taylor. The nation has shifted. We're moving away from these woke ideologies that you seemed to really want to push during this election cycle. You said you were supportive of Tim Walz over everybody else when it came to who you were voting for. And you know what, Taylor? We don't align with that anymore. I could tell you that by the fact that they cheered for Donald Trump when he was just saluting during the national anthem. They panned to you, and you got some boos. When she made her initial statement about wanting to support Kamala, I made a post on here saying that I didn't think it was a good idea for celebrities that have a lot of influence, like Taylor Swift, to even voice their opinion on that, because it's like they're trying to sway young people, and I got so much hate for it. Unfortunately, this is a consequence of her sharing those views, because there's a huge portion of this nation that now realizes that they don't align with what she does morally. I'm, for one, so excited. We're back.
Oh, and one last thing before I go to bed. Anyone who came out in support of Travis Kelce's comments when he basically said that it would be a privilege and an honor for any president to watch them play football in the Super Bowl instead of calling a spade when he's been able to call him out in the past. Yeah, that same president who you were trying to be respectful of was retweeting tweets about how they were cheering for the fact that your girlfriend got booed at the game while she was watching you. So when she sings those lyrics, karma is the guy on the screen, karma is my boyfriend, yeah, buddy, karma goes both ways, apparently. So do with that information what you will. I know Travis has had no problem calling out in the past. So the fact that all of a sudden, with MAGA Mahomes, everyone's changing their tune, it's icky. And this is icky. I'm sorry, but any guy who's completely unable to call out the guy who's gone after his girlfriend on many occasions doesn't have a spine. And frankly, I expected better. So while a stadium full of people boos at your girlfriend and the sitting president says that means the world is healing, your team lost. Maybe for a reason.
Taylor Swift is childless and unmarried at the age of 35. And she's singing about how karma is her boyfriend. Guys, I don't think that is the win that you think it is.
I think last night's game, the president's tweets about Taylor Swift after it teaches us white women a powerful lesson if we're paying attention. It doesn't matter if you're dating the famous football player. It doesn't even matter your own qualifications, your own wealth, your own fame, your own beauty. The white man at the top is embarrassed because he gets food and things aren't going his way. It doesn't matter if you have millions of fans. At the end of the game, and at the end of the day, you will still be the scapegoat. You will still be the one that the men at the top are trying to embarrass.
Well, I don't do sports. I don't do football, so I wasn't watching the game. But listen, I think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning black people from halftime. Because you remember last week we were talking about whether the NFL was capitulating to Trump by removing the term and from the end zone. Yeah. Boy, did they not capitulate to Trump. When I saw Samuel L. Jackson dressed as a black Uncle Sam introducing Kendrick Lamar, who then had like an entire formation of all black people making a U.S. flag. Listen, this much I know. All the black people on my feed were like, ooh, this is blackity black black. And all the who somehow get in, man, were they hopping mad. So if the are mad, I am happy as a clam.
What?
Huge celebration of New Orleans, and you can't celebrate New Orleans without celebrating black culture. Yeah. Welcome to Black History Month, you all.
What a bizarre take. I watched the halftime show and I was lukewarm on it. It was very dark. It was kind of dreary. It didn't have any pizzazz. There were no fireworks. These songs were more obscure. I didn't really enjoy it. I did like the patriotic theme. I liked it when all the dancers came together and made the U.S. flag. I thought that they were doing that to capitulate to MAGA to make us happy. And somehow she gets the complete opposite message from that. I think it was a nice change from the usual thing where they have people parading around as demons and all the over-the-top satanic stuff. I heard there was some stuff like that in there, but I didn't detect it on my first kind of browse through. Maybe I'll have to look harder. I mean, I don't know. Usually they have some sort of weird symbolism and signaling in there, so I'll have to take a second look. Even though Samuel L. Jackson is woke, I thought it was really cute and funny to have him dressed up like Uncle Sam and for him to be Uncle Sam because he's Sam. Like, I thought that was fun. I don't know why people think that MAGA people can't enjoy Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. Or that, like, if you didn't enjoy the performance, it means that you hate people. This is so crazy. I think the halftime show left a lot to be desired, but it had some good points. Oh boy, yeah, she was in for a rude awakening there. And it does look like she turns and says something like, you know, what is going on? Or like, what is happening? She cannot believe that she's getting booed at the Super Bowl. I can. This is consequence culture. This is what happens when you decide to be political as an entertainer when more than half of the country loves the person that you went against. You picked the wrong team. You bet on the wrong horse. What can I tell you? Taylor Swift has a 94% on the tomato meter, but and a 31% on the audience score. And Trump has a 31% on the tomato meter, but a 94% on the audience score. No, not back there, Leroy. Come here. Come up here. Oh, Leroy. All right. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Leroy. Oh my gosh. Leroy, you are all over the place today.